My name's Katelyn. One time in particular where I felt hopeless was in high school in my junior year. I was about 16 years old, and all through my entire life I'd really struggled with depression, bipolar disorder, and in high school that really manifested itself and really became really real. In my junior year of high school, an eating disorder that had been building up throughout all this time really took control of my life at that time. And my junior year of high school was when I spent 2 separate weeks inpatient at Stanford Medical Center. They told me I had about 3 months to live if I kept going on this path. At that point in my junior year of high school, when I really felt at my lowest, I was sure I wasn't going to graduate high school. I was sure I was never going to go to college. I made no plans for college. And like that feeling, I think can only be really categorized as resignation. Because if you have hope, if you have a reason to keep taking things one day at a time, you have a light at the end of the tunnel. But if you don't have that light, and if you don't have that feeling of hope, you're just really resigned to what you think is going to be your only option. It took me about a year of being forced into recovery by my parents to really fully realize what I was doing to myself. I had a great support system. I had all these teachers, I had my parents, I had my family who all loved and supported me, but it still just wasn't enough to really show me at that time where I was in that place that I actually was going to be okay and that I was going to be all right. I was very fortunate enough to have a teacher at my high school who, he was one of those teachers that did a little bit of everything at your school. So he was always someone who I looked up to and really admired and trusted. And he was someone who always kept pouring into me every single day. Every time I would go to talk to him, he would be available, even though he was the busiest person I'd ever met at that point in my life. And just having someone who is not only willing to listen to you, but someone who wants to listen to you and will take you and say, hey, just tell me what's going through your head right now. Having that person in your life is so valuable. And a lot of people think they don't have that person, or they just assume that they don't. But if they look harder into their lives and if they look at the people around them, I really do think that they're going to find that they have many of those people that are willing to be there for them. Being in that experience and going through that in my life has really made me aware of noticing other people in need and being attuned to those specific signs that someone might be showing. I might not have been here if I had made different decisions or if different people had been in my life 3, 4, 5 years ago, but I do know that I have today, and I have today to make the impact on someone that they might need. Looking back on my life now, in the past 4 years, 4.5 years that it's been, since my really darkest periods of time, I did graduate high school, I did go to college, I am in a place that I love. I actually see a future and I have plans for the future. And continuing to have that hope and to make those plans for the future and to say, I'm going to be proactive about this and I'm going to decide what my future is going to be, really keeps me in that position of positivity. And if I had to give one piece of advice to someone who's going through something similar right now, I would really encourage them to find someone who they can trust and they can confide in, whether that's a parent, whether that's a friend, whether that's just someone you see all the time who says hi to you. If you just spark that friendship and if you spark that relationship, that can turn into something that can ultimately really impact your life.